I'm gonna stand over here, okay? I'm just trying to move it over for you.
Hey, can I get that trash can? Sure.
So Jenna, why are you setting up on the left side of the table?
I'm going to be standing on the patient's right side. So it'll be easier for me to have all my important stuff like my lax, my needle ran, closest to me.
Perfect.
And you kind of just have to look at how your table is and where you're going to be standing and kind of decide which side of the table you want to sit up on.
Okay.
Ready? My goal is to try to touch everything as little as possible so I'm not moving things around and causing potential contamination.
Okay.
The baby.
Oh, I didn't know we had this. Lithotomy bear hugger.
What?
Bottom there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
You learn something new every day.
I didn't know where you got that. Oh.
Hey, can I start getting my trays?
Yep.
Up there. Now, all that is ready to take to the surgeon when it's time to treat.
Perfect. Before you pop it, I'm just gonna walk over here so I can show them how you have your bases and everything set up. Perfect.
No, it's pretty basic. Everybody's gonna have their own ways, but very good. Thank you. For doing a liver transplant, you're going to do a lot of tying and clamping of vessels. So we start off with a bunch of ties, some vessel loops, and a bunch of clips.
Okay.
And that's just to start off. We'll kind of go from there based on the patient's anatomy.
Yep.
This is where they'll clean the liver. The surgeons will scrub in, and I have a whole nother tray that I'm going to set up with that for the surgeons to put some slush and the nurses check that it's dry, that there's no holes in the filters. You're good.
Perfect.
Beautiful, thank you. basically a buckwalter on steroids.
Okay.
Kind of hangs out all around the patient. Is there any way you can scoot it a little bit closer to me? I don't want to.
And Jenna, what tray is that you just opened?
We have a liver transplant set. This is liver transplant A, liver transplant B, liver transplant C.
Okay.
The liver transplant A kind of has all your basic needle holders, hemostats. Alice is kind of your basic instruments. Your C has your large vascular instruments. So you have a foot bomb, is what we clamp the vena cava with. German is also what we can use to clamp the vena cava with. Depends on the patient's anatomy. Our transplant B tray has our smaller, more finer vascular instruments. We use the spoon for any bleeders, and these are called Westfalls. They look kind of like tonsils, but they're less traumatic. Also, we use these portal clamps to clamp the portal artery to anastomosis.
Okay.
And just other little shenanigans. You're good. These are all the different blades that we use for the Thompson.
Okay.
So
we
the
have
Thompson, you got the two posts.
Okay.
They call this, Dr. Chin likes to call it the nunchuck. This hooks onto either side of that, and then they just place these ratchets along that bar, and these hook up to these ratchets like that.
Okay.
And they can adjust the height and everything. So.
And those go subcostal, right?
Yes, the larger one goes on the patient's right side of their subcostals, and this will go. The smaller one will go on the left. These are the two rib guys. These are our malleable attachments. They'll kind of use that to hold the bowel out of the way. And this is a Harrington, and they'll use that to kind of hold the liver up so they can anastomose the vessels.
Perfect.
This is our liver vessel extra trays, so that our surgeons can clean the liver, pick off any fatty pieces, tie off any blood vessels that might leak. Just has some finer stuff that they'll use. We still got to count this tray too.
Okay. So when you count it all together. Is that correct?
It depends on the nurse.
Okay.
Some nurses like me to count it together. I like to ask. Of course, you want your nurse to be comfortable with the count. You want to be comfortable with the count. Some nurses like you to count very individually all the mosquitoes, but some of them are also okay with just counting the liver vessel tray as 18. It always comes in 18. So you just kind of got to ask your nurse what they're comfortable with, but you also have to be comfortable with what you're counting as well. So don't be afraid to ask your nurse.
And when you count this tray, none of these instruments are supposed to leave this table. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
I will not be counting. Our on-call scrub is on her way in, so it'd be a waste of time if the patient was direly coming into the room. I would absolutely count regardless whether the scrub nurse was going to be here. But since the surgeon told us we won't be going to the patient with the room till midnight tonight, I shouldn't have to count.
Okay. Do me a favor. Can you go over the sutures with them real quick?
Absolutely.
And talk about like the rubber shots.
Yeah, absolutely. So liver transplants, we have 4 surgeons. They all use the same suture, which makes it very easy for us. Let me organize them a second so I can go over them. These are 3 O's. This is just what we start out with to begin with. Okay, so we have These are fluoroproline RB1s. Double arms. We use this for bleeders, any kind of bleeders that come while we're taking the old liver out. So we always start out with 8, but a lot of times you're using a lot more, upwards of 8. You just kind of, this is what we start with to kind of get us going. Our 3-O-proline SHs, this is what we use for the vena cava anastomosis. They're a little bit bigger, but once you see the inside of a vena cava, it can be up to that big.
Okay.
So these are 6-O-prolines. These are large multi-packs. They're also double arms, so you have to be conscious of that while counting. You kind of got to look and make sure there are 2. We use these for the hepatic artery anastomosis, the portal vein anastomosis, and I'm forgetting one.
Convaldic. Is that the CBD?
No, we use the 5-O-proline.
Oh, okay, it's 5 okay.
Maybe it's just the 2 then. But we actually do use these sometimes for the bile duct, but what they'll do is, because the bile duct is pretty small, they'll throw in 2 6-O-prolines to hold up the 2 ends of that vessel. We'll do one here, and then they'll go in with their 5-O, cut these out once they get the 5-O kind of going. And then number 1 PDS, CTX is just for the end to close. Our incision is so big that we always need 2 staplers, and they always leave a drain, so we just go ahead and open our drain. Liver transplants are pretty standard. Whether it goes bad or not, this is what you're absolutely going to need no matter what. Suture the shods. As you can see, our sutures are pretty small. These sutures are very delicate. So what we do is we load these mosquitoes. I don't want to do it till Oma gets here, but we'll put these on either side of our mosquitoes, and they clamp down on the suture and they keep them there, so that when the surgeon hands them back or retracting them, it holds on to this suture better. If you just kind of clamped it with the normal clamp, it might tear it, it might, fry it and injure the suture, and you don't want to keep that in the patient. You don't want a frayed suture keeping a vena cava anastomosis together.
Perfect.
What else?
So Jenna, just do me a favor.
Yeah.
So I was trying to tell the students that you very rarely ever see straight hemostats.
Uh-huh.
So other than this tray, what other tray have you really ever seen straight hemostats in?
Vascular trays.
Because the best are in peds, urology, right?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
tags.
But even then, I don't even really see them use it that much.
So you put your rubber studs on the straight ones, or you put them on the mosquitoes?
I put them on the straight ones. We also have straight cryals, which I think are pretty rare. If they use a vessel loop, I'll go ahead and I'll use that to clamp their vessel loop to the side.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Jenna.
You're welcome.